The Journey of Two Hearts, a heartwarming, motivational story. In the peaceful village of Shantipur, surrounded by green fields and old banyan trees, lived an elderly couple named Harishankar and Kamala. People in the village lovingly called them Hari Uncle and Kamala Auntie. They were known for two things: their kindness and their simplicity. Harishankar had worked his entire life as a small farmer. His hands were rough from years of working under the sun, but his heart was soft. Kamala was gentle and warm, the kind of woman who could turn even a small meal into a feast with her love. Together, they had raised 3 children: their elder son, Rakesh, their younger son, Manoj, and their daughter, Sunita. When the children were young, Harishankar and Kamala sacrificed everything for them. There were days when Harishankar worked from sunrise to sunset, just so his children could go to school. Kamala often skipped buying new clothes for herself so she could buy books and uniforms for them. Their greatest happiness was seeing their children smile. Years passed, and the children grew up. Rakesh moved to the city and got a good job. Manoj started a business with some help from his parents' savings. Sunita got married and settled in another town. At first, they visited often, but slowly, life became busy. Phone calls became shorter. Visits became rare. Whenever they came home, they talked about their own problems, money, work, responsibilities, but rarely asked how their parents were doing. Sometimes they even asked for financial help. "Papa, business is a little tight. Can you lend me some money?" Manoj would say. "Ma, things are expensive in the city. I might need some help this month," Rakesh would add. Harishankar and Kamala never refused. Even though their savings became smaller each time, their love for their children never changed. But deep inside their hearts, they had one dream. For more than 30 years, Harishankar and Kamala had dreamed of going on a grand journey across India. They wanted to see the majestic Himalayas, the sacred Ganges River, the deserts of Rajasthan, and the beautiful temples of the south. Whenever they spoke about this dream, they looked like excited children. One day, Kamala, Harishankar would say with a smile, "We will travel across the whole country together." Kamala would laugh softly. "Yes, Hari, just you and me. No worries, only memories." So they began saving money. Not big amounts, just small savings, a few rupees here, a few rupees there. Harishankar started doing extra farming work for nearby fields, even though his knees had begun to ache. Kamala carefully saved money from household expenses. They avoided unnecessary spending. Every coin mattered. Slowly, year by year, their small savings box, hidden inside the wooden cupboard, began to fill. Their dream felt closer than ever. Just a few houses away from them lived a poor widow named Shanta with her son, Vikram. Shanta worked as a house cleaner in several homes in the village. Life had been difficult for her ever since her husband passed away. But her son, Vikram, was different. He was one of the brightest students in school. Teachers often praised him. "Vikram has a brilliant mind," the school principal once said. "If he continues studying, he could become a great doctor." Vikram dreamed of becoming a doctor, not for fame or money, but to help people who could not afford medical care. But dreams can feel impossible when poverty stands in the way. One afternoon, Shanta came to Harishankar and Kamala's house. Her face looked tired and worried. Kamala immediately noticed. "Shanta, what happened? You look troubled," she asked gently. Shanta hesitated before speaking. "Vikram finished school with excellent marks," she said quietly. "His teachers say he should study medicine, but I cannot afford the college fees." Her voice trembled. "So he has decided to stop studying and work in a small shop in the town." Kamala felt a deep sadness in her heart. Such a bright boy, giving up his dream. After Shanta left, the house fell silent. That night, Harishankar and Kamala sat outside under the moonlight. The village was quiet, except for the soft sound of crickets. Kamala finally spoke. "Hari, that boy Vikram deserves a chance." Harishankar nodded slowly. "Yes, he does." Kamala looked toward their house. "We have been saving money for our trip," she said softly. "But what if we use that money for his education?" Harishankar was silent. That money was their dream, their long-awaited journey. But after a moment, he smiled. "Our journey can wait," he said gently. "But a young boy's future cannot." Kamala's eyes filled with tears, not of regret, but of peace. The next morning, they called Shanta and Vikram to their home. Vikram stood respectfully in front of them. Harishankar opened the wooden cupboard and brought out the small savings box. Inside was the money they had saved for years. "This money," Harishankar said kindly, "is for your medical education." Vikram was shocked. "No, uncle, I cannot accept this," he said quickly. "This is your travel money." Kamala smiled warmly. "Our happiness will be in seeing you succeed," she said. Vikram shook his head. "I cannot take your life savings." Harishankar gently placed his hand on Vikram's shoulder. "Son, dreams are not meant to stay locked in boxes. If our small dream can help your big dream, then it is the best use of our money." After many emotional moments, Vikram finally accepted the help. Tears rolled down his face. "I promise," he said, "I will make you proud." Years passed. Vikram studied with incredible dedication. Many nights he stayed awake studying while remembering the sacrifice Harishankar and Kamala had made for him. Finally, after years of hard work, Vikram became a doctor. The entire village celebrated his success. But Vikram never forgot the two people who made his journey possible. The day he received his first salary, he went straight to their house. Harishankar and Kamala were sitting outside enjoying the evening breeze. Vikram touched their feet respectfully. "Uncle, Auntie, I have come to take you somewhere." Kamala laughed. "Where, child?" Vikram smiled and showed them a folder. Inside were tickets and travel plans. "We are going on the journey you once dreamed of," he said. Harishankar looked surprised. "But how do you know about our dream?" Vikram smiled gently. Good hearts cannot hide their dreams. With his first earnings, Vikram arranged a grand trip across India for them. He took them to beautiful mountains, famous temples, historic cities, and peaceful rivers. Throughout the journey, Vikram cared for them like a loving son. He made sure they were comfortable, healthy, and happy. Harishankar often whispered to Kamala during the journey, "Our dream came back to us in a bigger way." But the story had one more lesson. One day, Rakesh, Manoj, and Sunita visited their parents. They saw Vikram bringing groceries, checking medicines, and speaking with love and respect. At that moment, they felt deeply ashamed. The person taking the best care of their parents was not them. It was someone who had no blood relation. Rakesh lowered his head. "We forgot your sacrifices," he said quietly. Manoj and Sunita also apologized with tears in their eyes. Harishankar smiled calmly. "Life gives everyone a chance to change," he said. From that day forward, the children began visiting their parents more often and caring for them with love. But the village never forgot the beautiful story of Harishankar, Kamala, and Vikram, because sometimes the greatest journeys are not the ones we take across the world. They are the journeys of kindness, gratitude, and humanity. And one small act of generosity can change someone's life forever. The end.